Hey, my name is King. I'm back! How'd y'all hold down the fort? Y'all do good while I was gone? And looks a little different though. You know what's actually really funny? So excluding the documentary, if you think about it, my break is bookmarked by two what I'm watching videos. So two seasonal videos. One was for fall 2022 and the next is for winter 2023, bookmarking the break. I didn't expect the break to be that long. Speaking of breaks, I am officially back from working on Voices of Central. It's done, it's in the can. I mean, there's still some little stuff that we're working on, like captions, and then some other stuff that's gonna be going along with the documentary, kind of like bonus stuff so that'll be coming out over the next few months. But for the most part, I'm done. Not taking any more breaks off of YouTube for that. And I actually just wanted to come on here and, well, not just for this. I've other things I came on here for. But I did want to say thank you to all of you who, even if you didn't watch the documentary, because let's be real, I make anime content, and then suddenly there's this documentary about a high school show choir thrown in there. It would make sense that a lot of you guys didn't watch it. And if you didn't watch it, I still want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to take that break. And the channel still grew. So I want to thank you guys, even if you didn't watch the documentary, for allowing me that opportunity to express myself the way I wanted to with something I was so passionate about. And then for those of you guys that did watch it, thank you so much as well for not necessarily making it pay off, because I would have done the documentary regardless, because like I said, I was passionate about it, but for giving so much more bonus goodness. I don't know how to word it. It's just, thank you. And there's another major project. We had Kingtanic, a one-act play, and then Voices of Central, and we're probably gonna take this year off of major projects, and then there'll probably be something in 2024. So we got a bit of just me and you time. Just me and you. Anime was good. Speaking of anime, this season finna be so mid, bro. Oh my gosh. Now look, I don't think this season's actually going to be bad. I just think it's going to be quite the step down and like this little buffer period while we wait for spring 2023 to start. This season is just gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna come and go, and maybe one or two shows will like stay in our mind. And coming off the heels of fall, which has been the best season of anime since winter of 2021, in my opinion. Come on, man. But I was still able to find 13 shows that somewhat piqued my interest, along with 5, count them, 5 holdovers from fall 2022. And that's good for me because at least we have some like mega franchise stuff still airing and stuff that I'm super excited about, you know? But starting with the anime we're watching this season, the new anime, this is in release order, we have Bungo Stray Dogs 4. Now, full transparency, I've never seen Bungo Stray Dogs season 4. I had no idea what it was until I read the description of it, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happened. I still didn't know what it was, so I had to look into it, look at the source material, and look at the first season's synopsis and everything like that, and see what people were saying about it. It seemed to have some really high regard, so I'm hoping that that'll be good. And hey, 4 for 4, I'm going to be giving this 4 episodes to see if it can pique my interest. That's a third of the first season. A lot of people do 3 episodes. That's stupid. Why wouldn't you do the first act of, like, I don't get it. So 4 episodes for Bungo Stray Dogs. Next up, we have Tomo-chan is a Girl. Tomo Aizawa and Junichiro Jun They started me off already with the freaking bullcrap names, dog. What the? I feel like we just need to give nicknames for these people, okay? Are the tightest bros you'd ever see. They roughhouse and spar, but through thick and thin, they've always got each other's back. Yet, there's just one small problem. Tomo is in love with Jun. Since she was young, tomboyish Tomo has always been just another one of the guys due to his extreme muscle brain nature. Jun doesn't notice any of her advances, not even when she explicitly confesses. To add insult to injury, for the longest time, he didn't even realize that she was a girl. That's rough, buddy. Tomo-chan as a Girl follows the comedic hijinks of Tomo and her friends as she tries to catch Jun's eye and escape the infamous bro zone. Ba-ba-bam! Now look, it's a rom-com. That's me, guys! So we're immediately gonna give this a chance. And since it's a comedy, I'm not gonna give it 1 episode rule, because what if it's a comedy and just the first episode the jokes don't land? That happened with Komi. The first episode was garbage, but I really like the rest of the show. So I'm gonna do the same thing here, and I'm gonna give this a 2 episode rule to see if it can pique my interest and see if it can entertain me. And let's go Tomo. Next up, we have Tsurune the Linking Shot. And now, unlike Bungo Stray Dogs, I'm going to tell you what the premise of this was, because this is a lot less known than Bungo Stray Dogs. We're in a lot of setup. So I'm going to give this a 2 episode rule, so that way we can jump right into the story and see what the heck is going on here. All right, next up, we have Spy Classroom. Now, this immediately went on the list simply because I've seen so much marketing for this, so this better be good. I don't think I've ever even read the freaking synopsis. I just put it in. After a gruesome war wreaked havoc on the general populace, the governments of the world turned to a more elusive tactic to further their agendas, a war fought in the shadows. Lily, a beautiful girl with white locks, is a student in one of the many institutions that train youth into becoming capable spies. Unfortunately, despite scoring well on the written exams, she only manages to barely pass her practicals. With no real-world skills to speak of, her hopes of graduating are dismal, until she is offered an opportunity to join the mysterious team Tomo-chan and partake in an impassable mission. Excited by the prospect of working with the elite, Lily enthusiastically accepts. However, she is struck dumb when she arrives at Kagero Palace and the true purpose of the Tomo-chan and its hopeless situation comes into light. Joined by her other problematic female spies along with a mysterious young man spearheading the operation, Lily realizes that this is not an ideal escape pad that she had pictured. Ba-ba-bum! Yeah, so it could be really good, it could be really bad, so I gave this a 1 episode rule. We'll see what happens. All right, next up is Nier Automata version 1.1a. I hate that anime titles do this. What's with all the numbers? I'm looking at you, Evangelion. How about you just make your title easy to pronounce? And this anime, if you guys don't know, is about, there's no synopsis here, but I remember what it was about. I had to do some research to look into it and I remember. This is about the future where there's very little of humanity left after an alien invasion on Earth, and they're reliant on these androids to fight the battle for them. I'm in. That's it. We're going. And because of that, I'm giving this a 4 episode rule. Next up, we have Trigun Stampede. Now this one's interesting. So it's a spin-off or like an other or whatever for Trigun. It's in the Trigun universe. And Trigun is one of those shows that it's not like it's in the big 3 or anything like that, but it is one of those shows that you hear about when you're in the anime community. You know that a lot of people have watched it, and you know the people that have watched it really like it. And so I'm excited for this simply because of that, not knowing anything about it, but just hearing so much love about it. I'm like, oh, well, it must be good. But then having watched the trailer, they have it in CGI, but it's interesting because it's actually good CGI. Don't get me wrong, I'd still prefer if this was 2D animated, but they're using CGI that you see in like the movie Belle, for example, where the CGI still looks like it's anime. It still looks like it's hand-drawn while you still knowing that it's not and that it's actually 3D. It doesn't look like X-Arm is what I'm trying to say. Like, it looks decent. But other than that, they're not really telling me what the project itself is about, and I can't just go in based off of a trailer and be like, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. So I'm gonna give this one a 1 episode rule. Next up, we have The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. After catching a cold by giving his only umbrella to a girl sitting in the rain, Amane Fujimiya only expects her to eventually return it. However, Maharu Shina, the angel of Amane's school, and his neighbor instead gives him a lot more than that. Instead of just the umbrella, she insists on returning the favor by helping him out recover from his cold. However, she is oblivious to the battlefield that is Amane's apartment. The only word Mahiru finds from her mouth to describe the chaos is unsightly, but despite her unsympathetic description, Mahiru proceeds to help the hopeless Amane. Otari no, oh gosh. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten follows Amane as he takes care of Mahiru, who attends to various chores from cleaning his apartment to cooking dinner. Is there anything that the angel cannot do? Ba-ba-bum. Now here's the thing, this anime could be super duper whooper wholesome, or this anime could get boring and stale very fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this anime a 1 episode rule. The premise intrigues me, but I'm gonna give it a 1 episode rule just in case if I get to the end of that first episode and I'm like, I think this is played out, I can back out of it then, instead of forcing myself to be committed to something that I know could get boring. If it's interesting, I'll keep watching, but if not, I'll be able to ease on out. Next up is Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown. I have no idea why they're releasing this like literally weeks after Christmas. Like, bro, you couldn't release it in fall? You couldn't wait to release it this? Like, I don't know, bro. This is just weird to me. Part of me doesn't even want to watch it for that. It's like, we're gonna leave the Christmas season and suddenly Tokyo Revengers is like, hey, wait, guys. But this is, of course, the 2nd season to Tokyo Revengers, and I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. I myself have not watched it. It was one of those anime that I missed last year in the slew of everything happening, but I'm planning to watch it, and I'm going to give this a 4 episode rule. When I say this, I mean the first season, because if I don't like the first season, I'm not going to force myself to binge that just to give this season 4 episodes. Like, I'm gonna. Then we have, dear God, don't worry, or don't worry. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro, Second Attack. I'm not reading this. You know what it's about. You were there for the first season. You either loved it or you hated it. I was on the side that didn't like it. It really affected me. It really bothered me. It ruined my week every time I watched it, but I couldn't stop. Every week I was like, I have to see what's going on next week. And so because this is apparently a comedy, I'm giving this a 2 episode rule to see how it lands with me, like I do with all comedies. All comedies immediately get a 2 episode rule. most of them at least. But odds are this will probably end up being a full watch anyways. Just if it's anything like the first season, I won't be able to stop putting myself through torture. But I'm not excited for it. Next up is The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2. Let's go, baby! This is my most anticipated anime of the season. I'm so excited. Everybody, you guys know what this is about. If you don't, go freaking check it out. It's amazing. Watch my review on it. I might be a little cringe back then, but at least I'm less cringe than I am right now. But dude, I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun. Hopefully, please don't be sequelitis, please. This is of course getting a full watch because it's going to be outstanding. And then kicking off our last three here, we have Vinland Saga Season 2. This is the sequel, of course, to Vinland Saga, which I have not seen. A new millennium begins in the southern part of Jutland Peninsula in Denmark. Thorfinn was bought by the landowner Ketil as a slave and engaged in land reclamation work on his farm. Thorfinn meets a young man there, Einar, who was also a slave like him. The encounter of Einar led Thorfinn to face these sins he had committed and began to find meaning in life. On the other hand, Canute, who became the king of England, attempted to extend his territory for the establishment of the Promised Land. This is the story of a true warrior, the story of atonement and salvation that lies beyond the prologue. I don't know what any of that means, dog. All I know is that people love the first season. I mean, love it. And so I'm excited for that. I just have faith in this for some reason. I just look at this knowing very little about it, not really understanding anything that just happened in that synopsis. And I'm like, I'm gonna love this show. And so I'm excited to watch it, and we're giving it a full watch for that. I might regret this decision in like 3 weeks, but we'll see. And our second to last pick is The Fire Hunter. The Fire Hunter takes place in the aftermath of humanity's last war. The world has become enveloped with a black forest, and people have become infected with a pathogen that causes them to burst into flame in the presence of natural fire. The only safe source of fire can be obtained by hunting black beasts, flame spirits, which reside deep in the forest. Among the fire hunters, rumors of the king of fire hunters began spreading recently, an individual who would be able to harvest the man-made star, the Millennium Comet, that once wandered the void. The story revolves around Toko, a village-raised girl, and Koshi, a former student in the capital. The encounter between the two, who were not supposed to cross paths, will change the fate of the world. This one really, really intrigues me, and I hope it's good, man. Please? As you can see, it has 8.3 people on MyAnimeList currently planning to watch it, compared to like Vinland Saga 184 and Misfit of Demon King Academy, which is 163. So there are very few people who are going to be watching this show. I hope that it's not bad. I hope that this is like one of those really, really underrated gems. Please. That's all I have to say. And then our last one is not actually on MyAnimeList because it's listed under like fall 2022, but I did research and I looked into it, and it actually is coming out in winter. They just haven't updated it. Come on, Mal. And this is an anime called AniChart. After discovering that his orphanage was on the brink of closing due to financial stress, Finn, who was living freely on the streets, set out for a casino with the aim of making a fortune. However, nothing could have prepared Finn for the nightmare that was awaiting him. Once there, Finn encountered a card chase and a bloody shootout caused by a man's lucky card. Finn will eventually learn what the shootout was about. The world order can be controlled by a set of 5-2x playing cards with the power to bestow different superhuman powers and abilities to the ones that possess them. With these cards, people can access the hidden power of the buddy that can be found within themselves. There's a secret group of players called AniChart who have been directly ordered by the King of Forland to collect the cards that have been scattered throughout the kingdom while moonlighting as employees of the luxury car maker Pinochle. I don't know. Scouted to become the group's 5th member, Finn soon joins the players on a dangerous mission to find these cards. All you need in life are manners, dignity, and the will to bet on your own life. However, who's who, the rival car maker obsessed with defeating Pinochle and the Klondike Bar, the infamous mafia family, stand in the way of the gang. A frenzied battle amongst these card-obsessed players, fueled by justice, desire, and revenge, is about to begin. Oh, wait, are you ready? It's showdown. I think this one sounds pretty cool. I think it sounds intriguing. We shall see what the heck's happening. Also, I believe this is our only anime original on the list. The only one that is not inspired by like a video game or a novel or a light novel or a manga or a webtoon, whatever. It is pretty sad that we only have one out of like 15 shows that are not, you know, it's sad. Riddle me this. What are they going to do when there's no more manga to adapt, huh? Does the anime industry just die on the spot? This is why anime originals are just as, if not more important than adaptations. Come on. And I'm giving High Card a 1 episode rule. Well, anyways, guys, what did you think of my list? Just to review, we have Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4, Tomo-chan as a Girl, Tsurune, The Linking Shot, Spy Classroom, Nier, I'm gonna call it that, Trigun Stampede, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro Second Attack, The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2, Vinland Saga Season 2, and The Fire Hunter and High Card. Well, anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on not just my list, but what are your thoughts on the anime you're going to be watching? What anime are you going to be watching? Are you going to be watching more shows than me? Are you going to be watching less those shows than me? Are you going to be watching the exact same amount, but just different, maybe the same shows? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're most excited for in the upcoming season. I would love to hear it. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for being patient and allowing me to work on Voices of Central. You can watch it. It's now streaming on the channel, absolutely free to you guys. You can watch it at any point. And with that being said, I can't believe I'm about to say this outro again. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, you already know what to do. Let it rip on that like button. I hit my mic. Subscribe today to join the worlds and make sure you hit the notification bell so that we get more awesome videos just like this one. That's it for me today, guys. Roll out.